Hello, everybody. This is Mocha from tarotbymocha.com, and this week I have a long-awaited video. Finally, it's the middle of December, and I'm finally getting to BTS. Oh my gosh. So many people have requested at least these two guys. So I'm going to be looking at V and Sugar, and listen, I'm not a BTS fan. I'm an old auntie. I prefer second generation. SHINee's my fave. So if I get their names right, mispronounce something, don't come for me, okay? I'm not a fan. So anyway, I'm going to be looking at V and Sugar. I forgot what their real names are, but I will be looking at them and doing a similar reading that I did for Shukai, where I just look at their real personality versus the stage persona, how are they liking BTS, just a little bit there, and being famous, and also their love life and what's coming up next for them. So let's get started. Okay, so first I'm going to do V, because that's I don't know why, but I'm just gonna do him first. I'm not sure how old he is. They're probably in their mid-20s. Some of them getting close to 30, right? Because I think it may be time for them to go to the army. But like I said, I do listen to K-pop, but I prefer older groups like SHINee, Brown Eyed Girls, things like that. But I haven't really been listening to it that much lately, you know? Third, fourth generation, not for me. And I prefer J-pop anyway. So let's get started with him. First, I want to look at his real personality. Okay. That's two, actually. That's interesting. You know what? I said that I'm not that big of a fan, so I wasn't that excited to do this reading, but this is actually pretty interesting. So, like I said, I'm looking at V right now. The top portion is his stage persona, which is not that bad, and the bottom portion is his real persona. I don't know. I mean, listen, fans will correct me if I'm wrong, but because I don't know that much about them. So let's go with the stage persona. So similar to the Leonardo DiCaprio reading, I think that in terms of what he shows on stage, he's pretty sensitive. Okay. Let me just make sense of this. So typically the Seven of Swords card, it's pretty negative for the way that I read it. Normally it shows someone who's very sneaky, who lies, they trick, they pull tricks or whatever. Sometimes they can steal, things like that. It's just someone who's deceptive and someone you wouldn't want around you. But because this is the stage persona and it's next to the Fool, this tells me that he's actually on stage. He actually shows I guess you could say kind of goofy, but I feel like this is more like practical jokes. So, I don't pay attention to anything that they say, besides some of their old music from 2015. But fans can correct me if I'm wrong, but the feeling that I get from these two together is that he's someone who laughs a lot. He's someone who jokes around a lot. He also seems kind of free-spirited, I suppose. And maybe it's free-spirited for a K-pop idol, because especially lately, a lot of them have to be very strict and buttoned down and make sure that they don't say the wrong things, or else they get canceled by their fans or whatever. But I think with him, his stage persona energy is different, because he's free-spirited, he's free-minded. Sometimes he doesn't put a lid on what he thinks. So I guess that's somebody who says the first thing that's on their mind. So that's what I get from him. But not only that, but I feel like he's a practical joker. So he's probably someone who plays the pranks, or sometimes he creates the mood in the group. I think, at least while they're on stage. But sometimes I think that he can go a little bit too far with this. And this is the negative that I see in this card next to the Fool, that, yeah, okay, yeah, that's funny, but chill the hell out. We have to work. That's the feeling I get. But outside of that, he's I'm not sure how much he likes being famous. I don't know how much he actually likes being famous. Like with Leonardo DiCaprio, because I was asking about his personality and relationship, this told me that he was defensive. But for V, because I'm looking at him now on the left side, on the left side of the screen. But with V, when I'm looking at him and these two cards together, I feel like he may have this like practical joke comedian type of veneer, because he's super sensitive, but he's also, I feel like he's fighting for his identity at this point, and I'm not sure how much he actually likes being famous. I mean, how many people really like being famous, especially a K-pop idol where you just have so much pressure on you. But this card is interesting for him. I mean, this entire thing is interesting, especially since it's a public persona, because usually these idols, they want to look perfect, but this is interesting. I'm glad someone asked me to look at this. And now, this is even more interesting when I ask about his real personality, so what he shows. He is a lot more mature than people realize. Or maybe fans, or actually fans know a lot, but maybe the general public. He is more mature, and he's not, in his real life, he's not as sloppy, or maybe sloppy is the bad word. He's not as, I guess, goofy as, what I thought of just now? Jim Carrey. So some of you guys may be too young to know who he is, but he's an American comedian, super funny person, but in real life he has issues with severe depression. I think he may be bipolar as well. And I'm not saying that V is bipolar or that he's depressed. It's just that I'm trying to illustrate the difference between a public persona being super goofy and laughing all the time, making other people laugh, but in private they're very serious and they're very somber. Like with V, I feel like he's very serious. He's more mature. He's very serious. Maybe he doesn't laugh as much in real life, and maybe some of those laughs that you guys see on variety shows, they may be a little bit fake. But I think in real life, he's serious. He's buttoned down. I feel like he has a high moral fiber, a high moral character. But the thing with him is, I mean, he likes to relax, he likes to have fun, and again, this is still that sort of free spirit about him, but he's like, deep down, I don't know anything about his life, but deep down there's some sort of like hurt or trauma that he went through. Sometimes I see this as bullying. Sometimes I can also see that as abuse. And again, I don't get in, like, the celebrities are public, but I don't get into their lives that deeply on these YouTube things because this is supposed to be fun. But I kind of feel like he may have gone through some sort of abuse or bullying. I mean, I think early in their career, Monster, I don't know, Rap Monster, whatever his name is, I think he kind of picked on V a little bit, but that's kind of, it's kind of normal in K-pop groups, especially boy groups. But I feel like V went through something super serious when he was younger, or potentially now as a celebrity, and he has like PTSD about it, and that actually. And that's why I find this public persona so funny, because it's like he created this happy-go-lucky, jovial person, but deep down he's kind of afraid of people. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is something that he went through when he was younger, but it's also possible that he may be afraid of fans, of being chased or something like that, because he gives me the impression that in real life he's always looking over his shoulder. So it makes him feel scared and insecure. and then he kind of buttons himself up, and he like, it's almost like going like this with your emotions. So he makes sure in real life that he doesn't show that much. So whatever he shows you guys in public, that's not what's really going on. It's interesting. This is interesting. I'm actually happy that I decided to finally read for them. Thank you, girl, for asking me. Okay, next I'm gonna quickly ask, how is he doing in general, as well as how does he like being in BTS now? Oh, sheesh. Sheesh. That ain't good. That ain't good. Huh. Again. I wonder if he's dating somebody. I wonder if that's what it is. So, the top row, I'm just asking him how he's doing. And the bottom row is how does he like being a member of BTS? I mean, it's not bad. Well, at least the bottom row is not bad. So the top row, you know what? I feel like it is highly possible that he may have some sort of mental health difficulties. Like I mentioned Jim Carrey earlier, and how he's like a goofball, but he suffers from bipolar disorder, manic depression, whatever you want to call it. I'm not diagnosing V at all, obviously, but there are some signs. So I assigned some cards with like sexuality, mental health, all this stuff, and there are some indications of like bipolar disorder, or just someone who has severe mood swings. I think this is him. I think he has severe mood swings, and I feel like what is the name of their? It's because I think they changed the name from Big Hit to something else. But what is that man's name? Bang PD. I feel like he may be having some issues with him as and his money. And I read on K-pop celebrities every once in a while on Discord, and I feel like I saw this the last time I read on them, that Big Hit, whatever their new name is, Big Hit isn't paying them well. And for some of them, they're not paying them on time. So of course, these guys have a lot of money. BTS is a huge money maker, but companies still try to take as much as they can, whether or not it's fair. And I feel like that's what's happening with Big Hit, whatever their name is, Bang PD, is that they are getting paid, but they're not getting paid their fair share. And I also feel like they are super busy that they don't even, well, at least V, I should say V, he doesn't have time for his personal life, which, I mean, that's obvious, but it's showing up here where, this is the Two of Pentacles. It means a lot of things, but in this case, because I'm asking about BTS and how he's doing, I feel like he's juggling so much that he doesn't know how to hold everything together. And I think that this may, I mean, the Tower is a pretty serious card. I feel like this may, let me draw another card. I feel like this may come to a head, potentially with his mental health. Let's see. Well, there he is. It's his money. It's his money. It's his money and his health. So I don't know how many vacations they have. So I guess this King of Swords is V. This is normally an air sign, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he is an air sign. I don't know what their birthdays are. He just has a lot of air qualities. So like highly intellectual and like kind of emotionally shut down. But this Tower thing here, it's mostly about his money. It's about his money and his health. And I feel like I mean, that contract, a lot of these K-pop stars have horrible contracts, but I think he I don't know, because it's about money. He has a problem with money. He has a problem with how much he's being forced to work, and coming up, he's going to have like a health issue where he needs to take a break. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes on hiatus or of some sort, or I don't know if he's in the military yet. I haven't been keeping up with him, like I said, but I feel like something unforeseen may happen, or there could be some sort of announcement where maybe, I mean, sometimes this King of Swords can also be a lawyer or an accountant, but I feel like he's going to be looking over his contract and seeing whether or not it's fair. And I think he's going to determine that this contract is not fair, and he's going to do something about it. And it's going to be pretty surprising, especially to Bang PD, whatever his name is. But then I asked him, how does he feel working in BTS? He actually didn't really give me an answer for this, because I feel like this could be like a relationship, or it could be a relationship, or that he is defending himself about a relationship, because, you know, this is male energy, this is female energy. We've already determined that he's the King of Swords, but there's just this woman around him. It could be another K-pop person, or it could be an older woman who may want something from him, because the many times that I've looked at K-pop stars, usually this Queen of Wands shows up as sort of like a sponsor type of thing, where it's normally an older woman who is not, her intentions aren't pure. Yeah, so it could be that he's trying to fight off this woman here, or trying to avoid this feminine influence that's trying to press upon him to do things for her. But I also feel like it's possible that there's just maybe, I don't know, some sort of stupid scandal with another woman or whatever. You know, I don't know. He could have been seen with somebody, and fans think that, oh, is that his girlfriend, and they're harassing her, and he's trying to defend himself. So it could be something stupid like that. So, I mean, it didn't give me a specific answer on whether or not he likes being in BTS. I mean, given what I see here, where he's upset about the amount of work he's doing versus the amount of money that he's receiving, I'm going to say kind of no, or he just doesn't like his contract. But in terms of how he's doing himself, you know, he's just surviving. And I think, I don't know, I feel like, I don't know, there could be like some rumor around a woman or something that he's just trying to fight off. But you know, other than the normal K-pop stuff where you're being overworked and not getting your right money, like he's fine. And finally, I'm going to ask a question about his love life, which I'm sure this is what you guys really want to know. First, I think I'll just ask, you know, what kind of boyfriend is he? What's the state of his romantic life, and potentially, you know, like getting married or an upcoming relationship, something like that, something really nice and fluffy. Wow. 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 Interesting. Huh. Huh. Interesting. Huh. There he goes again. Huh. Oh! Look at her! Look at that! Okay, so you know what? You fans have to tell me, is he currently in some sort of controversy with a female star or whatever? Because he may be in a relationship. I mean, okay. So let me get to it. So the top row is, I asked him what kind of boyfriend is he. The second row, I'm asking him, what did I ask? I asked him, oh, what's the state of his romantic life right now? And then the third is I asked, what is his next relationship going to be like? Okay, so up top, it's not that great. I feel like somehow he may be involved in love triangles. And I kind of feel like, to me, I think he's a very handsome guy, but I kind of feel like he can sometimes be the loser in his relationships. So, for example, he's dating somebody, but then somebody else is interested in the woman, and I think he is attracted to women. Someone else is interested in the woman, and the lady decides to go with the other guy. Like, that's what I get from him. I shouldn't laugh. That's pretty sad, but that's kind of what I get from him. That he I don't know. He's the type who just attracts love triangles, and he just doesn't really win out. But other than that, I feel like he spoils his girlfriends. And I'm not really seeing too many loving energies here, and he's been the King of Swords 3 times already, so I kind of feel like he shows his affection by giving gifts, by doing things for people, and also like making sure that people are okay. So maybe he will pay a bill or something like that. I think he would be a great sugar daddy if anyone was wondering. But I kind of also feel like, coupled with this King of Swords, that he's kind of selfish. Like he can kind of only see himself and his needs and what's going on with his life. But I feel like this is not necessarily his character, because I do feel like he's actually a generous person. Maybe not with his emotions, but definitely with his time, whatever time he can give, but also his money. But I feel like this has more to do with the restraints of his career, that he's always working, he's always going hard, trying to achieve things, all this stuff, that he doesn't really have that much time for love, like, almost all of them. But when I look at the state of his love life, it's not that pretty. But I feel like pretty soon he's going to get into a relationship. But I think right now he prefers to protect it. Yeah, he prefers to protect it from prying eyes. So whoever this person that he was seeing, or maybe this person that he is seeing, I think something was found out, and now he's trying to like keep everything close. And maybe they also, like, maybe the reason why, I don't know if there are any photos or anything like that, but maybe the reason why there haven't been any photos is because they meet out of the country. I think so. I'm a big Shiny fan. And I think one of the reasons why Taemin has never been caught in a relationship is because he meets his girlfriends in Japan. But as for his future relationship, listen, this is the same chick. And I shuffle very well. Like, I cut out whenever I shuffle, but I shuffle very well. This is the same lady. So I don't know if he's currently in a controversy with the woman, or maybe people know about this lady who's sniffing around him. But it looks like, whatever this loss is, whatever happened between them, because sometimes this 5 of Swords can be a falling out between a couple, but whatever that is, eventually in the future is going to be rectified, and they're going to get back together. And I think that it's going to be a beautiful relationship for him. And I think that this relationship would actually help him to like thaw off a little bit, defrost some of those feelings, and actually have him bring them out. But whoever this lady is, she could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but she could just have a Venus or a rising in a fire sign. The sun sign doesn't really matter. But whoever this energy is, she's in his space right now. And I feel like he's either defending himself against accusations, against suspicion and rumors, or he's trying to defend the relationship against the public. But whoever this is, she's there now. They're definitely going through some issues. I feel like people are trying to cover it up or whatever. But whoever this person is that he's trying to protect, she's gonna be there for a while, guys. This is beautiful energy. So, so there goes V. So, but if you would like your own personal reading, you can reach me at www.tarotbymoko.com. I will leave a link in the description box as well as the comment section. Other than that, take care of yourselves. See you next time. Bye.